Yarnia, the podcast from Montclair's local yarn store. I am Jen.
Amanda.
And we are a man down today because Kathleen is sick, so
Feel
better.
I feel like everybody in Montclair is sick.
Yes, it is absolutely. There's shit going around.
Teddy's had like this chest thing for like a week and a half. I don't even remember how long. And allergies.
Oh my god, the allergies are terrible. Jonathan was like freaking out the other day because he's like, I can't breathe. And I'm like, do you see that your car is like literally green with pollen?
Oh, gross.
Why don't you let me take it? Because we park under a tree. I'm like, why don't you let me go take it for a wash? Because it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
And he's like, ah. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
stinks.
You know it's bad when I start being like, Max and I are like, la 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 la, this is fine. And poor Jonathan and Ollie are like,
yeah,
I'm gonna die.
That's how Beth is really sensitive. And
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, doesn't bother me at all.
I'm not allergic to poison ivy either.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm allergic to poison ivy. Skin things, I'm like, the rashes. The rashes come and I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I used a different lotion.
Yeah.
Who knows? So.
Before y'all start thinking I get too fortunate, just wait till the sun comes out.
Oh yeah, no.
Because
I tan. She burns.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Lobsterville.
Despite this talk, we are a podcast all about yarn and things you can do with yarn, knitting, crochet, needlepoint, cross stitch, all kinds of fun stuff.
Yep.
So yeah. And we are, at least it's a sunny day today.
Which
is good.
Thank goodness. And it's I don't have to wear a coat outside. Yesterday was chilly. I did grab a jacket outside.
I was gonna say, but you're in a turtleneck and Amanda's new sweater vest. Ta-da!
Yeah, we'll talk about this. We have I feel like this is the podcast episode with all the discount codes, I think.
Which is, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one with all the discount codes, which you might be wondering, why do we have an iron?
If you watched our reels from the stories from H&H, yeah, you'll have a little bit of a preview for why there's
exactly
on the table. This is my new best friend.
I know. Well, this is the thing. I'm like, when did we last podcasted right before we went to H&H.
Like the day before, yes.
So we have been to H&H and back.
And H&H is a trade show for fiber arts. So yarn and knitting stores, crochet,
notions,
but also needlepoint and embroidery.
Yes.
Quilting and dressmaking or seamstress.
Whole bunch of sewing stuff was there.
Yeah.
It was very cool. So it was just outside of Chicago. In Roseland. If you saw our Instagram reels during the time, you could see some of like what we did. And we were actually just talking about figuring out how to save them.
Yeah.
So we'll hopefully figure that out.
If you'd like a little sneak peek into what it's like to go to a trade show, which usually it's not open to the public, stay to the end of this episode because we have a little bit of vlogging while we were there that I recorded, and then Jen and Kathleen, I had to come home, but Jen and Kathleen, you did your best Ferris.
We did our best Ferris Bueller imitation and did a targeted strike into Chicago, went to the Art Institute.
I am so jealous.
It was really, I mean, I have to say, like, our targeted strike was pretty targeted. Like, we had about an hour. And we hit all of the big things, at least the big things that I was interested in.
I was so jealous, especially that Surratt.
Oh, the Surratt was gorgeous. There was a class going on there too, so I was like, I'm going to listen in / walk in front of all y'all. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh my goodness. I have been to Millennium Park many times, and I always look across, but I never have time. Yeah. Or I'm like with children.
Children would drag it on.
Right. And I'm like, okay, I can't go today. I'll go next time. And I've said that
every time.
Probably about 8 times.
Yeah. Our one disappointment was that they're doing construction around the bean in Millennium Park. So we saw it through a chain link fence. And I'd been there before and I'd seen that before. So I was like, whatever, it's fine.
And then Kathleen went to school there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So she
pre-bean.
So I was like, I have no idea where I am, and she's like, I know where we are. I'm like, cool, that's good. I'm glad to hear. So you get to see a little bit of what we did there, which it was good. It was successful. We found some fun stuff that you'll be hearing about and coming forward.
And then what else is going on?
I was going to say, what else is going on around town?
Well, which we mentioned last time, but now it's this weekend is the Lantern Festival at Edgemont.
That's right. That's this weekend. That's so cool.
API.
AAPI.
Thank you. I got the right
Asian
letters.
American Pacific Islander.
Thank you. It's their festival, which, it's to bring awareness to Asian hate, right? And make sure that we're all, working together as a community to eliminate. Yeah. And bring recognition that this is a thing that impacts those around us.
Yeah. And is that Saturday or Sunday?
I feel like it's Sunday, but it's down there on the bottom.
Sunday too, but if it's Saturday, hopefully you're watching this Saturday morning and didn't miss it.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's something else going on this weekend, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was just that. I'm really bad at the around town.
I didn't check like I usually do this time. We did we went to the Van Vleck garden sale last time. We went on Saturday morning. They were almost sold out. They said they had their best sale on record.
By Saturday morning?
Yes. Yeah. So anybody who was going over after the podcast last time, you're in the same boat as me. And it was like, wow, there's 4 little tables of plants left, and that's it.
Sad face.
Well, but great for them. Oh my goodness. That's their biggest fundraiser of the year. So they killed it.
Did you get anything good though?
I got a couple of butterfly bushes to put in the backyard.
Nice.
We had, that creeper with the little purple flowers that destroys. Well, anyway, it creeped all over, took over a part of our garden and killed the bushes and all the plants there. So pulled that back, planted those there, put in a little brick barrier.
Nice.
Not that that's going to keep it out, but at least gives me a dividing line. So when I see things crossing it.
Yes, exactly. Once you see it, you're like, you're over the brick. I am cutting you. Exactly. Yeah, that's the problem. Ground cover is great until it starts covering all the ground. And you're like, oh my God. No.
Then it's a weed.
Let's go. Whatever you don't want is a weed.
But then we went to the farmer's market at Walnut Street on the Saturday before Mother's Day. Yeah. And there's a couple of the vendors there that have amazing plants. Mm-hmm. So I got tomatoes and peppers and herbs, basil, a basil pot for the kitchen, a hanging basket for the kitchen. So then that's what the kids and I did on Saturday, which was a gorgeous day.
Saturday was beautiful.
Planted the raised bed. So now there's plants in the raised beds. We might have a tomato by the end of summer. I'm not a good farmer.
I mean, tomatoes they're heavy feeders.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to say that they're tricky per se, but they're heavy feeders. You need them in the right spot with enough water.
Yeah, it's the enough water that gets me, because
you need
Then we're going to go to Quebec City at the beginning of August, and that's 7 days gone, and then our tomatoes are going to be dead. That's how it goes. I've got to recruit people and text them to remind them. So
I was going to say, I'm they need to hit it with the water, or you could
Beth will become those. Maybe.
Take a 2-liter bottle, cut the top off, or cut the bottom off, bury it. Stick a hot nail through the cap, and then bury it halfway up, and then fill that with water so it continues to trickle down. But then somebody has to remember to refill it.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. I might try that.
Yeah, those kinds of. I think they make spikes that you can also screw onto it and then just.
Oh, I'll have to. If I find one, I'll put a link down below.
Yeah.
While I'm editing this podcast, I'll probably search for that.
Yeah. It's always good. I mean, my problem with the reason I no longer grow tomatoes is that the chipmunks eat them.
Oh.
And the chipmunks are super annoying because they're smart enough to wait until they're ripe. And I'm like, oh, I will pick this ripe tomato in about an hour. I come back out and there's one little bite out of it. I'm like,
I just cut off the bite.
So mad. Makes me so mad. chipmunks. They're so cute too. And I'm just like, oh.
And chicken wire won't keep them out.
Chicken wire will not keep them out.
No. We have chicken wire, like, actually, I think I've posted this before, but there's a Good Gardening podcast that I watch that has a very cheap way to put, like, chicken wire tents over your garden.
To protect them from, like, deer.
Or deer. Rabbits, too.
Yeah, those cute little bunnies.
Rebar, PVC pipe, like, literally cheap stuff from Home Depot. And, and it shows you how to build, like, the hoops.
Oh, nice.
Which makes a big difference. So.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's the problem.
I'll link that down below.
All those cute little animals, they also love your organic veggies.
Yeah.
Just as much as you. Oh, well. So let's see. So we did around town.
And Catherine graduated.
That's right.
Yay!
Yay!
And
Congratulations,
Catherine.
Catherine.
And Evie was there, and they recognized the mom. So I'll put a little montage in here of Catherine's graduation.
She graduated on Mother's Day, right?
Yes, on Mother's Day.
Why would you spend it?
I mean, yay!
Yay, but also...
I feel like I have 2 days a year, my birthday and Mother's Day, that are, like, solid, hey, guys, I'm not folding laundry or cooking dinner or doing anything that I don't want to do.
This is my day.
I don't expect special treatment. That seems like high expectations that are going to be dashed. I don't expect, like, anyone to do anything for me. It's just, I'm not doing anything for you. Right? Like,
I expect people to do things for me, but the biggest thing I ask for them to do for me is to leave me alone. Mm-hmm. And then take me out to dinner. It's pretty easy.
No, you don't even have to do that. It's just, I'm not cooking for you. So if you don't eat that day, it's your problem.
Right.
But yeah, so we, instead, we drove to Hartford. Mm-hmm. Had pizza, which the boys, of course, had oil stains then on their pants immediately before we even got to commencement.
Yeah.
Had commencement, which was lovely, and they recognized the moms, and Catherine stood up.
So nice.
So cute. And we had Evie with us, who, just like she did on the podcast when she was here, Abby held her, and she slept for
baby.
A good hour of commencement.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, no, she's a super good baby. And then we all went out to Olive Garden afterwards for dinner.
Nice.
Yeah, we got to wait for an hour and a half for a table. So, yay.
Oh my gosh. How many of you were there?
8. 9.
Jeez,
JK, 9.
Oh my gosh.
So, that's okay. Charlie had homework to do.
Okay. So they could
occupy. Shopping at the mall next door with her sisters, so.
Well, see, that's nice, actually, then. You're like, all right, we'll just...
Yeah, it was fine.
You can handle waiting.
I called my mom, told her Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It was good.
I knitted. We'll talk about that.
Yes. Well, we should talk about that. Finished objects.
I have a limited time today. I have a timer. We have 30 minutes.
All right, we can do this.
2. Just talk about finished objects.
No, we can do finished objects. Do your finished objects first.
Yeah, well, the first thing I finished is I published the Fullerton pattern. I said I was going to in the last podcast. I actually did.
While we were at Edgemont, we were in the hotel room, and Amanda goes, I published it.
These guys were asleep. I got up early on Friday because I get up early.
I do not.
And yeah, I had 2 hours and I was like, you know what I'm going to do this morning? I'm going to do math. Because that's what I had left.
What I want to wake up and do first thing in the morning.
I did not want to do it, but I really needed to get that out.
But you got it done.
Yeah, I got it done. I went downstairs, got a Starbucks, got Fullerton out. So, yay! And I'm wearing it today. This is the OG Fullerton. Yay! And then I also brought, which will stay here in the store as a sample, I brought Fullerton number 2.
Love it.
Yeah, so this guy's out. Here, I'll come up close so I can show you.
Show the details.
Yeah, so this is
a nice deep rib.
Yeah, this is done bottom up, so it starts here with a simple 2x2 rib, and a fingering weight, and then you change needle sizes to a much bigger needle size. So most of this is done on a size 6 for me, for my gauge. If you have a looser or a tighter gauge, you might need to adjust the needle size to fit your gauge. But then you do this this is the Fullerton texture. And it's not a slip stitch, so it doesn't get tight like slip stitches sometimes do.
It's super stretchy.
It's not, you only use one color at a time. So it's really pleasant and makes a great vest. And then you've got just some shaping on the front. You divide for the front and the back, do some shaping for the front, some shaping for the V-necks, and then a 3-needle bind off at the top. But this one has a 3-needle bind off here. This one has a 3-needle bind off here. And then just pick up for the V, pick up for the sleeves. It really is a really fast little project. I think everybody, you and Kathleen have
I did it.
Done one. It was super fast.
Week and a half. It was very fast. And I think
this one took me maybe a couple weeks.
Yeah. And the stretch, it's a nice, stretchy, easy, rhythmic.
Yeah, and there's no shaping here in the body, so when you're doing this part, it's so easy. As a carry-along project, I took this one to Rhinebeck. Yeah. And that was while I'm sitting on the fire pit.
Just do.
Yeah.
So nice. And
there is a discount code right now. It's 50% off. So normally $8 US, but on sale right now for $4 US. Until June 1st. Nice. Right? Yeah. So the discount code is here, Fullerton Pod, for you podcast watchers. Fullerton Pod. And you can use that. It's on Ravelry. Or if you're not a Ravelry user, it's also at shopyarnia.com. If you go to shop, there are patterns and learning, I think. Patterns and learning is an option under the shop menu. And you can find the Fullerton Vest there as well. Yeah. Same pattern, either location, both places. You can always go back and either log into at shopyarnia.com to your account and see all your downloads. Yep. Or, of course, on Ravelry, same thing. You can log in and find your downloads at any point in the future. Yeah. Which is also a good thing to know when if you're thinking about sock bingo, which will be coming up soon, and we'll have more details soon. But in the meantime, next podcast, we will have a lot of sock bingo for sure information, and we'll probably have more in the newsletter before then as well. More than likely. And then, but the other thing to think about when you're doing your Fullerton is so you can do a solid fingering and a multi-texture. Yeah, this one uses the Labiana Mabu clay. Yes, you could also use the Cash Silk Lights. Yep. Or silk mohair. And this one has a speckled fingering. Yes. With a solid mohair. Or you can do speckled and speckled. You can do speckled and speckled. That would be super fun. But the nice thing also is I think I made I don't remember which size I made. I think I made maybe the 50-something inch one. And I used one skein of the boucle. Yeah. So, and it definitely one skein of a silk mohair. Yeah. So it's a really great way to use that special something. Right. Well, that's the good thing about not having sleeves, right? Yes. Too, and using a bigger gauge needle. It really is conservative on the You can be fiber. Done without having to be on Sleeve Island. Yeah, that's good. Which is awesome. That's good. For those of us who get stuck on Sleeve Island quite frequently. Do you have any other finished objects? Oh, yes, girl. All right, let's hear it. All right, let's see. I'll tell you first about my commuting project because I finished my socks. Yay! So pretty. So this is in this color. This is the Shadow Box Socks by Helen Stewart. I'm trying to block. There you go. Yeah. You go. The Shadow Box Socks by Helen Stewart. And these are done in the Springtime at Yarnia colorway from Nanny. Very pretty. Yay. It's a lot of purling. It is a lot of purling. I am very happy that these are done. They look really great. I need to take photos of them. And I did have enough yarn. I was thrilled. I actually was getting close to the end of the second toe and saw our friend Sarah. Yes. The orthodontist. And she's using the end of her Springtime at Yarnia as scrap yarn just in her bag because there's a very small ball left. And I was like, hey, Sarah, if I run out, I'm going to steal your... I'm going to steal your Springtime at Yarnia? No. You just Sarah, I made it. I did it. I just need a little piece to Kitchener toe. I'm going to steal yours. Exactly. Yeah. So But
it's always good to have a backup. Then you're guaranteed. You'll be good. Yay!
So I think I'm going to hold off on starting new socks until Sock Bingo starts.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So these are finished though. And then the last thing I finished. See? Look at me. All the finished objects.
You are all the finished objects.
I finished. Now it's all finished. It can be released. It's blocked. Ends are woven in
So,
as of this morning.
ends are woven in?
I know.
Dang, girl.
So this is the 24 birds. This is a mystery knit along by Helen Stewart.
So pretty.
And I finished it. Yay.
You also you finished almost all of it.
Yeah.
At, like everything but the blocking at
Everything,
H&H.
yeah, I finished it at H&H. Yeah, because I was close last time. Let me bring this up and tell you a little bit about
pretty.
it. This, I used La Bien Aimée Cache Merino, which is one of my favorite shawl yarns. It is so lovely in a shawl. It feels great. And the surprise on this one was it was a pie shawl. So we didn't know that when we were like signing up for the mystery, but it started right here in the center with this like mandala. And then worked outwards, fading nicely into 3 colors. The center color is Glacier. The second color is this white neutral with speckles of yellow is Nymeria. And then that pinky color is Dusk. And then it goes into this 24 birds. So you can see around the edge, it's like, this actually looks like little birds, right? And there's 24 of them all the way around. And that is Winterfell, right? Yeah. That's Winterfell, and then it goes out, fades back out pretty quickly to the border. It turns out it wasn't just round around the side. There were going to be like little, the way that the lace works, there were going to be little peaks around the side, which is great. But I did add picot to the end of each one, just a little picot to the end of each one, which gives it, I think, I just emphasizes those a little bit.
Yeah, it makes it a little more scallopy. It's so pretty.
So,
oh, it's so soft.
Right?
I love the way the colors interact on this one. I love the fade from the blue and then like the contrast of the dark blue and then fade back out. Like it's so pretty.
I might leave this at the store for a little bit too. Do you think people would like to see it?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think it also shows an example of like, how do you use variegated yarns together in a shawl and like how to put colors together and how things play with lace. And also like it just feels
it does feel nice.
It feels so nice.
It feels nice while you're working it, but then blocked.
Ugh.
It feels super
It just
good.
opens up and it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I really like how the picots came out.
And we were on the phone and I was like, I ran out of blocking pins.
I know. It's like, what did you end up using like sewing needles?
Yeah, I used sewing needles.
Stab that in. I'm like,
whatever.
You just got to be careful not to like step on them.
Yeah,
right?
Well, that's the thing. And actually, that night, it dried in like, I don't know, 10 hours.
That's the beauty of lace, man. It dries so quickly.
But that night, Catherine and I, her graduation present was we went to the Metropolitan Opera to see The Hours, which, if you have the opportunity, that is one of the best new operas I've seen if you're an opera lover. Oh my goodness. It was commissioned by the Met and the Philadelphia Symphony Orchestra, I think like maybe 2 years ago.
Based on the book?
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of my favorite books.
It's really?
Yeah.
About Virginia Woolf.
Yeah.
And then like it's so good. And the 3 sopranos, Catherine O'Hara, Renee Fleming, and DiDonato, J something, DiDonato, is a mezzo. So good. Oh my gosh. Guys, those singers are so incredible. It's only at the Met until the 31st of May. So, highly recommend them.
Run.
So good. But that was Catherine's graduation present.
Oh.
We had never been to the opera together.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you go to see her.
Well, I do go to see her. But like when we were in high school, she didn't like opera. She was like, I'm a musical girl. I can be on Broadway. Yeah. But then her voice developed into an operatic soprano voice. Like she is way bigger than a Broadway singer.
Yeah.
So, Yeah. So, and now she loves it.
That's great.
But she wasn't here anymore, so I took Lily to the opera. I took Beth to the opera. I'd never taken Catherine. So we got to go, and that was definitely a perfect one to go to.
That sounds amazing.
But Chad and Javelle, Catherine's fiance, were in charge of the baby all night long while we went to the opera. But they had to go back to the house where I had put sewing needles out.
So you're like, okay.
So I was like, Chad,
don't go in this room.
You need to... No, they had to. That was where they were sleeping.
Oh, no.
So I was like, Chad, you have to get in there before anybody else and count the sewing needles.
Right.
This is how many there are. Take them all out.
There's 10 when I put them in. There better be 10 when you take them out.
You must find them. And he did. And he folded this up beautifully, and it was ready and waiting for me when I got home. It was nice.
But I mean, that is also the nice thing about blocking shawls, is especially lace shawls. Like, it takes no time.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. They dry so quickly. That you're like, all right, I'm gonna block it, and then you can unpin it so nobody dies.
Yes.
Let's do that. Yay. Cool.
Okay.
Do you have any more finished objects?
No, and we only have 18 minutes left.
Okay, we can do this. All right, because I don't have very many. So I am wearing my Eva cardigan, which I sewed the buttons on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love these ones.
The mother of pearl. And I sewed the buttons on first before H&H, and then I didn't like how I sewed them on. So after H&H, I cut them off and sewed them back on because I'm insane.
Why didn't you like the way you did it?
They were slightly uneven.
Oh.
The center ones were slightly uneven. So I'm wearing overalls, so it's like it's a little blendy and shapeless, and I'm actually a little hot. I'm gonna take it off. This was in Wool Cycle Sport in paper and Shop Yarnia, Jesus. Springtime at Yarnia mohair silk, and I love how it came out. Great pattern, love it. I did the vertical button band.
Nice.
Which is so...
The vertical button band from
the Champagne cardigan.
From Champagne. Yeah.
Yes.
Also PetiteKnits.
But it's also kind of, if you know how to do a vertical button band, you can do that on pretty much any cardigan.
I'm not as good at like saying, oh, this is how you do it. Do the button band in the usual way. It's super helpful to know, like, hey, this pattern has a button band that you can, take off and put on another one. Like the same way that I did with the balloon cardigan. That had, when I took the button band off the balloon cardigan and incorporated it onto cardigan number 6, I think, from My Favorite Things. You can totally do that. But it's helpful to know, like, almost have your encyclopedia of which patterns have which kind of button band.
Yes.
Or pockets.
Oh my gosh, pockets. Because you can really interchange. I just had to take over Kathleen's. We didn't write any notes because Kathleen writes notes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Lantern Festival.
I'll do notes as I'm
she'll do notes. So it's super handy to kind of have in your back pocket just a list of techniques that can interchange.
Yeah.
Because you can add a pocket to anything, right?
Buttonholes, the way you do your buttonholes.
Right? Like the way that the pattern says to do buttonholes is very rarely the way that I actually do the buttonholes, because I really like Ysolda's one-row buttonhole. Ysolda Teague's one-row buttonhole. And like literally, if you Google Ysolda buttonhole, the tutorial pops up. Thank God.
But you have to know that.
But so exactly.
Yeah, if you have a bullet journal or like the knitting notes.
The knitting notes journal from
Lina.
Thank you. Lina is a great place to just kind of have that reference somewhere where you're like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to definitely put that in my knitting notes. Start that. I didn't even think of that, but I should start some of that.
A reference list. I actually have, and part of it is from teaching classes, is I have a Google Doc that has a couple of different references that I've either picked up from books, or I've picked up from websites, or I've picked up from tutorials, or things that I've seen or whatever. And I just kind of like take notes, and then Docs has a great thing where you can add a table of contents and then just tag things as headings. And then so on the first 2 pages, it's like this, knitting calculator, Ysolda's buttonhole, a vertical buttonhole, blah, 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 blah. And so I can just click through, and I have that reference available, whether you do it online or,
on a paper.
Or both. Or both. Both is good. So that's my one. And then my second is, I finished these on the plane. These are...
Some blockers?
Sure, I'll still blocker. Do I remember what they're called?
They're the Magnolia Socks by Helen Stewart.
The Magnolia Socks by Helen Stewart. Here, I'll go up. They are in Color Wheel Yarns, her Sparkle Sock, which I cannot remember what it's called.
But here you go.
And look, there's the lace pattern on my little mitten. And here's what it looks like as an actual sock. As an actual sock. And I did a double gusset on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. So instead of like a traditional gusset, throw the decreases on the bottom like that. And it makes it really kind of like curve up to fit. I don't know if you can see, like it goes shunk like that right in there. So those are Helen Stewart's. She has such great patterns.
Oh my goodness, I know.
Love it.
But I literally am going to branch out this summer when we do something. I really am.
I mean, we should have a very specific.
I need a bingo card. For me that like,
says
not Helen Stewart.
Not a Helen Stewart.
You're gonna put that right in the middle for me.
Right. Which, by the way, thank you everyone for all of the great comments on the last episode, because that was super handy.
Yep, that's all to do this week.
This week,
has to be this week.
And as soon as we're done with works in progress, we will tell you who won the giveaway last time.
I had too many whips.
Speaking of whips.
Not whips. I had too many finished objects. Not too many. I'm super happy that I finished the objects that I did.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to skip Chad's sweater, which is getting close. I think I've got like maybe this much more to the like arm decreases.
Okay, cool.
So next time
I'll go faster.
Next time I will have arm decreases. I'm thrilled with it. It looks super great.
Awesome.
But I'll tell you what I'm doing instead.
Yeah.
Of socks on the train now. I started my hats.
Ooh!
So this is some Crafter Gamer Geek yarn that Beth picked up when she was here running our game night. And I told her she could pick a skein of DK to make a hat out of, and I would make it for her.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking, and I wanted something easy. 2x2 rib. Yay. Just keep going forever and ever and ever. And so this is Ysolda Teague's Bothy hat.
Oh, I've seen that one, but I haven't made it.
Yeah, I really like, I mean, it's similar to, there's a PetiteKnit one that is also 2x2 ribbed, but I actually like the decreases on the Bothy better. They're incredibly neat. I mean.
Nice. Ysolda.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it is on a size 3, which I was like, oh, I don't want to do a size 3. But then I looked at PetiteKnits, and hers was on a 4. And I was like, well, whatever. I'm just going to wear myself.
You're like, it'll be fine.
Yes.
I mean, it's DK.
Yeah. And I did an inch while I was on the train yesterday. So
yeah.
This is actually not going to take me that much time.
2x2 rib's good because you got into a rhythmic feel of it. It's a little, like 1x1, you're like,
yeah,
can I be done?
So,
but yeah.
No,
nice.
And I dozed off, and I still got an inch done.
Nice. I love that colorway too.
So this is now my train project. I'm working on the Bothy hat by Ysolda Teague. It's a good time to be knitting a hat.
It's true. You'll just have everything ready, waiting for you in September or October.
Yeah, and I really like this color too. It's a nice, it's like a yellowy green, and it has pops of yellow, which I think are cool. And then it also has speckles of gray.
Yeah.
It's just a really cool color.
And that's going to look great on her.
Yeah.
That's going to look really great on her.
This is now my train project. Progress shall be made before next time. And I will have other whips, because now my big whip is done.
Your big whip is...
Yeah.
There we go. Nice. Any more?
Like I said, I have Chad's sweater here, but I'll show you that next time.
All right. I'll go to me. I am finally casting on a ranunculus, which I've never made.
Are you? I've never made it either.
And I'm doing it in Zoe, gray Zoe. I have leftover. I theoretically should have enough yardage for a cropped short sleeve ranunculus. I have this leftover from a cardigan I made my mom like pre-pandemic. So I was like, let's just sit here waiting. So I swatched, and I had swatched a while ago, and then I was like, I don't want it as loose as the ranunculus is. So then I was like, all right, screw it, I'm just going to cast on. So I'm doing it on 5s or 6s, and I've just done the first little texture row. I did the short rows.
Gauge needle.
I'm
the
a
gauge ring.
6.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. And so yeah, I actually did a good chunk of the yoke on 7s and realized, I was like, I don't like this. It was too loose.
It depends on the fiber.
It depends on the, like in a wool, it would have been fine.
Exactly.
Right? Like a wool or anything that even had a little bit more of a halo, but a cotton linen, and a cotton linen that I know is gonna stretch and grow a little bit, I'm like, no, we need a little bit firmer.
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
But it doesn't take that long. So I'm working on that. And then my other whip, which I probably should have waited on this for Sock Bingo, but I didn't feel like it. The Faithful Gauge Swatcher Club, I don't remember.
It's super cute.
Was that may be, is that Black Pearl Magic? That could be Black Pearl Magic.
I'll ask Kathleen. She will know.
It's
super cute.
I'm going to remember.
I posted a picture on the screen so you'll know what I'm looking at.
So cute.
Well, I have not heard that.
It's true, I am. So I started I'm working on the Simple Sinister Cat Sock, which is super cute.
Oh my goodness.
They're little kitties.
No. Shut up.
I'm going to show you. So I'm doing adorable. This with the Color Wheel Yarnia sock sets. Look. They're angry kitties. They're so mad. And then on one side, because of the way the speckles came out, that one has a full face. That is not actually color. The only color work is the little eyes. But I don't remember who this is from, but it'll be on the screen. But how cute is that? And then I'm doing a contrasting heel. And then actually, this is an interesting... Again, I'm messing with the gusset. I don't know if you can see. So one of our students, Beth, she misplaced where the gusset decreases were on one of her socks, and instead of putting them here so the diagonal goes down, she put them at the bottom of the heel so the diagonal goes up. And I was like, actually, that's super cute. I'm going to steal that and try it, because again, I like a sock that like I have a high arch, so it like comes up and hugs the arch, and it's like just a different placement of it. Right?
Interesting. Yeah.
I was like, still makes the little triangle gusset. It'll still fit the same. So past the heel, I was working on this at Max's, what is it? Ultimate Frisbee Round Robin that they did not do very well at. Oh my God.
Oops.
That's all right. They're mostly freshman JV team.
Character
building. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
So those are my 2 whips. And not to stab myself with a needle. There we go. So I think that's probably it for whips. We are cruising right along because Amanda has a time crunch.
I do.
But
bail on you at the very end. But
let's talk really quickly about
this.
The iron. Because you're like, why is there an iron?
So we went to H&H, and they have, like I said, it was like quilting as well, and one of the tools you use in quilting, obviously, or dressmaking, right? It's irons. So they had an iron stand, and they had this. So these were our stories. I'm going to post pictures in here. They had like this totally bedazzled iron.
Oh my God, it was so sparkly.
But you couldn't resist.
Yeah.
And this company has a Tula Pink, who is like a fabric designer.
Yes.
Iron that is so adorable. It is sold out online.
Oh, is it?
And I put my name in for a drawing, and I didn't get it. But I was like, you know what? I sort of need a new iron. My iron was like 10 years old and had like gunk on it where I ironed something probably.
I mean, mine is
polyester and got up the bottom. And it never really came off. Whatever. It was still fine. But this one is pink.
Shiny and new.
And it automatically raises and lowers. So, like, it's touch sensitive under here. So, like, it's not plugged in right now.
When you put it down,
you never have to, like, stand it up. You don't do this thing anymore. You just stop and it raises up. And then when you hold it again, it like lowers down.
It lowers down and irons.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's magic.
It is magic. And I also love that it has like a little water spout here.
Oh.
Instead of on the top.
Or, yeah, where you have to pour it in there and it all spits out.
This is such a good placement. And it has like, see, a little spout thing that goes
so
in there.
And a nice big reservoir.
Yeah, and it like doesn't, if you tilt it forward, it doesn't run out the top.
I hated that so much. I'm like, the iron is peeing. The iron is peeing on my stuff.
Yeah, it's really annoying. So anyway, I got it. So cool. They had these for like cash and carry. You could just buy them, so they don't have to like take them home on the plane.
They don't want to take that home.
The last day, they're like,
they want you to take that home.
Take stuff, please. Yeah. So yeah, this was the last one left, and I walked by, and they had like 6, and then I walked by again, and they only had 1 left, and it was in pink.
And you're like, well, this is the universe saying, Amanda, buy this iron.
Yeah. So I did.
Awesome.
Yay.
Yay. Thanks, Oliso.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've also asked them for a coupon code. I asked them this morning, so I don't know if that's something that they do. But if it is something they do, there's going to be a coupon code here.
And if it's not, we're going to say,
there's not going to be something. There's not going to be a code there. But I still would totally recommend going and checking out their items. I'm also getting an ironing board cover that has a whole lot of flowers on it.
Oh, the ironing board covers are really cute. They're super cute.
My ironing board right now is so like worn down, the foam is, that you like get the cross hatches on
the so you can be like, maybe I need a new cover.
I definitely need a new cover. Oh, it's super cute. So, and while they're still in stock, they also have like the guards where you can hang your iron up on the wall.
I love the iron hanging it on the wall.
So I'm going to
just
get
off of
all the things from Elisa.
An iron suite.
Yes.
An iron suite.
But this makes me super happy. I know not everybody irons frequently, but I've got kids in Catholic school, and I don't know. I obsessively iron their clothes. Every morning, I iron uniforms.
But also,
every single morning.
A good tool makes a task that you might not like so much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Right?
And it is super fun. Just like these little feet, like you never have to put it, look, it just
stays. That's amazing.
You see? It's like off of here.
I touch auto lift.
Yeah, and then when you touch this and it's plugged in, it just goes whoop and lowers down.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it works so smoothly.
That's so cool. Technology, man.
Yeah. So that's my iron.
Real quick, we're going to talk very quickly about what our giveaway was last time, which our last episode question was a suggestion for a square for sock bingo. Mm-hmm. And in return, you would get a Frabjous Blossom. So the winner randomly chosen is Ruth Comfort 4735. Yay, Ruth! And her comment was, make a pair of socks using Jen's sock class. It will be your first pair. Yay!
Yay!
And if you get stuck, that would be a
real good bonus square.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be a good bonus square?
That would be a good bonus square.
Yeah.
Like, do it. That's so awesome. So Ruth, get in touch with us. You get your pick of one of the beautiful Frabjous Blossom gradients.
Yeah. You can use those for shawls.
Yes.
Or you can use them for socks.
Yes. And then we should, I don't know.
That's mine.
That's your alarm.
Yeah.
All right. So we need
My train comes in 18 minutes.
Very quick question. So think about the question while I start talking about what's new in store. New in store, we have Cumulus Rainbows, Cumulus Stripes, Cumulus Dappled. And these are beautiful. These are kits that we put together. For sliding is fun for all of them, but like Cumulus is one of our favorite cotton yarns. It's from Juniper Moon. It's Mako cotton, and it is so fantastic for like garments and accessories, but also baby blankets or other blankets. So we have some really great, we got new colors of Stripes, which is stripy, Rainbow, which is a rainbow, Dappled, which is like a speckled, and what's the Degradé, which is a gradient. It goes from color to color.
So like you can tell the difference in this pack, right? This is a rainbow, where it goes from a pink to another totally different color to the like teal, well, almost to a khaki, the teal in the middle, right? Like those are totally different colors. And the Degradé goes from a deep saturated teal out to a muted aquamarine teal.
Yeah, like all one color. and kind of flows.
And the stripes have don't flow from color to color. They're like striped.
Can you grab
from color to color
samples? We have we got a grit there in the basket.
Yeah. So you're sitting next to you.
I'm right next to you.
Yeah.
So we have some super cute. So this is the Sliding is Fun blanket, which is an awesome. You can make this in any size, but you can see this has got little stripies going on. It's super fun to work. It's all knit, mostly knit.
It's all knit.
It's all knit. You don't ever have to purl, but it's got a little texture to it.
And this is the perfect car seat blanket.
Right.
Especially for summer because it's not too insulating. I might make one of these for Evie.
Oh, yes. This would be great. And use 2 colors of Cumulus.
It's also a go to the park and throw it down and let them sit on them.
Yes, when you need a thing to sit on.
Yeah.
And then we also have, this is
a good explanation of the stripes with some solid.
This is Cumulus Stripes. What is the pattern name? We have the pattern name. It's Design 119902.
It's a leaflet.
It's a leaf.
So I'll have the pattern down below once I figure out. No problem.
Dang it.
Yeah, but you can see how this one has more distinct stripes.
Yes.
So,
it's so fun.
Yeah, and this one, I love this one. It's it's very happy.
And the Cumulus is also really easy to work with because of the way of the construction. It doesn't feel like you're knitting with string. And it is it's really one of our favorite cotton yarns.
Yeah. I've been thinking of making Abby a sweater out of the Cumulus because she runs hot.
That would be beautiful.
Right? I think she would really enjoy a Cumulus because it's soft.
It's soft.
And it's nice. It's a nice sweater. It would be a nice sweater.
It's a good sweater weight.
It's somebody who runs weight. Hot.
Yes. The opposite of Amanda, who runs
yes.
So our giveaway is going to be a skein or cake. Some come in skeins, some come in cakes of one of the Cumulus family. Whether it's the dappled, the rainbow, the stripes, or the solid.
Yep. Your
choice. But we need a question.
Oh, does it matter if it's not knitting and crochet related?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay, because I talked about our butterfly bushes that we planted last week. We got this, I don't even know the name of it. I'm going to put a picture in here, this tuber thing, and I don't even know what kind of flower it's going to grow. Ooh. It was a big planting weekend, and I still have to plant some basil. I'm curious, what's I'm in a springtime flower mood.
Yep.
Tell me about your favorite springtime flower.
Oh, I love it.
And you started ranunculus, which I got some
ranunculus. I did. Oh my gosh, look, we floral themed without even knowing it. I do love a ranunculus. I wish we could grow them in our zone where we get too cold.
Yeah, I got some ranunculus, some deep crimson ranunculus for Mother's Day.
Oh, they're so pretty.
Yeah.
They're so pretty. I also, peonies. Love a peony.
Oh yeah, those are about to bloom.
Well, you know what's funny? On the south side of my house, I have a narrow strip right on the south, right between the driveway and the house. And those peonies, full bloom. Huge bushes, first year for some of them, full bloom. The ones in the back that get still a ton of sun, but not 100% south facing.
Right.
About to bloom. So I'm like, oh my gosh, did I accidentally stagger the peony blooms? Because this is amazing.
Nice. No,
I love a peony.
My peonies are east facing, so they get afternoon shade, and they are not blooming yet. The early bloomers, I have multiple varieties.
Yeah.
So the early bloomers are not blooming yet.
Yeah, most of mine are not blooming except for these 3 bushes on my driveway, and I'm like, oh,
all right,
love it.
I gotta get to the train, and I think have we checked all our checks?
We have checked all of our checks. Look how quick we are.
So stay tuned. There'll be a little bit of H&H vlogging going on. But in the meantime, while watch the whole vlog immediately after, subscribe to our newsletter.
Yes.
At the bottom of any page at shopyarnia.com, because that's where we're going to have all the sock bingo news first.
Sock bingo is coming. And winter is coming. Sock bingo.
What's the rest of the spiel on that?
Make sure to like and subscribe here. Click the little alarm bell so you get notifications when we post new videos, not just podcasts, but other things. And then also follow us online wherever we are as Shop Yarnia. So Facebook, Instagram, our website is shopyarnia.com. And then if you're interested in putting together a specific Cumulus kit, contact us and we can help you. We have some ready put together, but you can always contact us and email us at hello@shopyarnia and ask for a bespoke kit for yourselves.
Yay!
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!
In the Kelborn Woolens booth with Courtney. Oh, I'm sorry, I stepping on things. Can you tell us a little bit about Kelborn Woolens, one of our favorite yarn?
Oh, thank you. It's my favorite yarn line as well. I'm one of the owners of Kelborn Woolens, along with Kate Osborne, who is over there buying fabric.
Oh,
okay.
Selfishly. Kate and I founded the company 15 years ago.
That's amazing.
Because we worked together in a local yarn store, and we decided that we just wanted to work together, and then an opportunity arose to distribute a yarn, and we did that for a while, and we designed patterns, and then we launched our own yarn in 2017, and here we are. It's been a real wild ride. We love it, and we joke that it's good that we have this because we basically rendered ourselves unemployable by anybody else.
so now you get to be your own boss. We're standing right by Lucky Tweed, which is basically like our mascot in Yarnia yarn.
Definitely.
Love the Lucky Tweed.
Yeah, Tweed is great. Loves the yarn.
It is. So, what would you say is your one must-do while you're here in Chicago at H&H?
Well, you're at H&H. Well, I mean, obviously come to the show.
Right.
That's a no-brainer. But while you're in Chicago, you should go walk a couple blocks north to the Edgemont Blue Line, hop on a train, and go downtown, and go to the Art Institute.
We're doing that tonight.
We go. Glad.
Yeah.
I went to my alma mater. Yeah. Is it really? Yeah, I went to the School of the Arts in Chicago, and they really prepared me well for a life as a businesswoman.
I hear that about a lot of art schools.
Yeah, but you know what? Really good at designing these colors.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Maybe all your own knowledge that you gained.
it's like, oh, a painting degree is actually useful. And like designing scalp colors and
Makes
lucky
sense.
colors. So,
All right.
no, it's great. The Art Institute is amazing.
It is.
It's my favorite places.
Same. Happy I could bring these guys tonight. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thanks. Welcome to H&H in Chicago. We're here in the Katrinkles booth.
Hi, I'm Katie from PetiteKnit, and we make all of your products at Yarnia in Providence, Rhode Island. We laser cut everything right in-house. We make a lot of stitch markers and notions and needle gauges and rulers and all
Those are
kinds of
cute, aren't they?
We love Katrinkles.
As you all know, who watch Chronicles of Yarnia. So Katie, what is the one must-do for you while you're here in Chicago?
My favorite thing is to see what people are wearing. I love all the me-made May, hand knits, and things that are sewn. So that's the best part.
That's awesome. Yeah, the people watching is fantastic.
Definitely part of the experience.
Very cool. Well, we have a lot of fun stuff coming your way from Katrinkles. We just chatted with them for a while, so
Lots of special orders. Yep.
we'll see more soon.
we're here with Nita from Attenti. So tell us a little bit about Attenti.
Well, my mom started the company when she was pregnant with me, so I always say I could sew before I could read. Everything is handmade in our shop, even like the little tassels that we have. We're all women. We've been in business for over 30 years, and we love to handmade everything.
Right. And what is your one must do while you're here in Chicago?
Eat. All restaurants. Eat.
Yes.
Good answer.
We agree.
Good answer.
That's it.
Super.
Awesome.
Sad bean. Sad bean. Except I'm laughing.